What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology of the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Gaia. His name is Chemo. His partners today in the teal color, playing as Uranus. His name is Skadi, and in the green color, playing as Uranus as well. His name is Joe. Their opponents today in the purple color playing as Gaia. His name is Matrius. In the red color playing as Ra is Goldline. And in the yellow color playing as Loki, it's Mechanics. It is UCA versus DoD+1 for both teams. F2 and Chemo unclanned. So, 1-1 with that first game on Oasis being the craziest game you will have ever seen. This second game on Mediterranean being the most Mediterranean game you've ever seen. And this third game ever, probably going to be the most painted desert game you've ever seen. Now, one thing that Painted Desert has in team games, which isn't really thought of very much, is the lack of wood for the pocket player. So the pocket player is the player who's in the center. I never fully understood why it's called the pocket, but apparently it's a pocket. So we'll see. We'll see. Having a Gaia player on your team means you can Gaia Forest here and help them out just a little bit more. There's a lot of wood that comes into the into a Gaia Forest, so it helps out quite a bit. And here we go. House is going up. What's the strategy? What's the synergy here with this build, with these gods? Loki, Ra, Gaia. It's a really boomy gods. You could do some sort of. Nah, I'm not seeing it. There's not a lot of synergy. This may just be a fact of like Mechanics hitting a crazy power spike, trying to win the game, and just not being able to. Again, it's Loki. It's the Loki against the Gaia, and over here we have the Uranus against the Gaia. Uranus against Gaia generally favors the Uranus. Simply because you can Promethean spam and push really hard. Or with the Gold Lion being Ra here, you may be able to send some priests and Pharaoh into say Matrius's army and help him with those Prometheans if that's a thing. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Monuments of the Villages coming up for Gold Lion. Talent Temple coming up as well. Got some relics here. We've got the Scarab Pendant. Not that useful. Odin's Wand. Really big relic, but I'm not sure it's big for any of the Atlantean gods. If we check out where the rest of the relics are, we've got Eye of Horus, a really good relic. Gaia Book of Knowledge, not going to be that important. Kithara of Apollo. Huge Gaia relic here. Combine this with, I can never remember what it's called. Combine this with channels. You get some of the fastest villages. They are the fastest villages in the game. Trio's bow here as well. Get some crazy side bills. So some interesting relics here. We'll see if they get spotted or get picked up. If we check out the upgrades, we've got Oceanus for Matrius, 484 Mechanics, and it's looking like Skadi's going for his fast second town center. Chemo's going for a fast second town center. And Joe is going for a fast second town center. So, I've said it once and I'll say it again. If you're ever going to do something in a team game, if you're going to do team game strategies, do the same thing as your partners. Because everything works better if it's coordinated. If everyone booms, then whoever gets doubled or gets punished for booming, their partner cuts out really, really strong because of it. And obviously it's going to happen. So we'll see how if the damage that these players can do is going to be enough. See Matrius throwing down double military bags here. He's going pure Murmillo. I'm not sure if this is even possible to afford. How many villages on food? He's going to have 4 villages on food maybe? And then he's going to get Bite of the Shark, have some very strong Murmillo. I don't like it on Painted Desert, but we'll see how he goes with it. Longhouse is coming up for Mechanics. Going to be spamming out those Hersa. No surprises there. Chemo, I don't know if he knows he's against the Loki, but he's getting pressured here. The villager does turn around, fight this. Got to be super careful. This will not produce a myth unit ever. Oh, this may actually get denied. If there's more Herso that can come forward. Oh, look at all these raids. Chemo is just getting punished right now. He is going through Leto. So it looks like he may have swapped. I'm not sure. But the settlement will come up finally for Chemo. So no problems there. But it's going to be in a world of hurt after the Herso are pushing in. I'm not even sure Chemo is going to have the ability to defend against this one, because one of the big setbacks for Gaia in the far second town center is if she does not have food, she's going to be struggling. So she's got 3 goats here. This Gaia Forest, you can have another Gaia Forest. You have to build farms to build more Murmillo. You're going to be in a tough spot. The sentry tower here, not surrounded. Maybe throwing up a Gaia Forest around there, maybe a decent idea. Trying to get the wall segment up, does not get it in time. As the Ursa moving on to this one, going to start jabbing away. Nope, not going to do so. Does have gold over here that he can run to, or even run into Scardy's Basin and borrow that gold mine if you need to. And there's the Gaia Forest attempting to trap these. He may actually get this. I think they can sneak out the front though. Or he gets an iron here. Can they sneak out? I mean, they can kill the wooden walls, so that's fine. Yeah, that's a big win for him to have these to have a little bit of extra time on that, but the wall segment will fall and the Herso will come out. You don't get any favor for shooting down the walls or taking down the walls. There's the second talent center for Goldline. Actually going 3 talent centers here. I love this choice from Goldline. This is going to be a super fast Mythic Age. At least, at the very latest, it'll be 1330 to the Mythic Age for Goldline if things go well for him. Now, the Herso and the Ainia that were trapped get out. We see some automatons coming for Chemo. Double military barracks. He will have to start building farms fairly soon. Gold Lion does have a rain for him, though, so it is going to be nice. And a sentry tower coming up for mechanics. This is a little bit odd. I mean, it's a lot of resources to devote. You have to throw up like 600 resources, right, to make this do anything, because you need watchtowers and you also need the sentry tower and then also these walls as well. So it's a lot of resources devoted into preventing Chemo from getting this gold mine, and he does have this going, but there is a spy on that location. The Ursa already have Hall of Thanes, and meanwhile there's other stuff going on in this game, as we've got Scardy defending Matrius's raids here. He doesn't have any upgrades on those Murmillo. They're really slow. Termite counter them very, very nicely. We do see a 3rd town center coming up now for Scardy, as he's going to attempt to chase Gold Lion's 3rd town center as well. The villagers trying to make a break for it, but mechanics is good with the ghost buildings. We'll see if he can get this one. Chemo trying to juke. He's got units running over here. The villagers returning back to the gold mine. There is a troll here. Chemo should lose at least 1 villager here. The villagers, do they have channels yet? They got channels. That's 3.9 speed. The army of Scardy coming in, helping and saving Chemo's citizen for the time being. The troll gets picked off and the villagers go back to work. He needs to throw up a mana there at some point soon. Now we've got the Ursa, the Ainia, going after the manas of Chemo, but he's taking nice juke back there to swap onto the Ainia. Now he can sort of run through the main base of Chemo if he wants to, without any problems here. Meanwhile, we've got a random Caladri over here for Matrius. The Murmillo running around doing their stuff. Matrius not getting a 2nd town center just yet. Might want to consider doing so at some point here. Now we've got the Ursa getting pushed back by Scardy. This is really, really good by DoD to prevent mechanics from doing crazy damage onto Chemo. This is the best way to do so. Defend Chemo, let his economy kick into gear. He's got these farms. Rain happened, so he's going to have a lot of resources from that. He's got plow. He should be investing in irrigation fairly soon, followed by flood control. I have a lot of food income coming through and be in a really good spot to continue in this game, it's looking like. Mechanics, on the other hand, needs to just get Heroic Age and then just rush this town center with flaming weapons. That would be a really, really smart play, but not going for it just yet. I'm not sure how many resources he's got. Mechanics is player 5, player 6. Damn. He's got full population, not a lot of food. That's fine. Now the Murmillo chilling up here. It's like full Terma for Joe versus full Murmillo for Mattress. Couldn't get any different. So Joe he needs to get rid of that Promethean in this army and then just go for hit and runs. And try and just race Mythic Age, race Titan or something. He's going through Thea. It's going to be great for him. We'll see how that goes. The Terma moving forward, looking for some raids. There is a second town center coming up now onto this gold mine. A couple of villagers moving over here. Maybe looking... Oh, he's looking for a lumber camp and then an immediate market there. Really, really smart. And we have got Hathor... We should have a market going down, and we should have a Mythic Age for Gold Line very, very soon with a Tornado potentially on top of Chemo. Meanwhile, Chemo's eyeing off this town center to just grab, and he's actually full army here with the Murmillo. Doesn't have Bite of the Shark. It's a very expensive upgrade, but it does give 15%, so it's very big. The Terma here getting pushed back as the Spearmen are out for Gold Line. Interesting choice there to go for the Spearman, but I guess he is just thinking, I can just go mass Spearman, get Horus here. Oh, nice snipes, but May losing a Terma here. Almost losing a Terma. Not going to happen. Almost happens. Not going to happen. Gets out. And he can just keep turning around and just sniping units as he runs if he wants. These units are just so slow. We've got some Fallion Birds out for Joe now. So still trying to find some action here. Meanwhile, we've got the Murmillo moving into mechanics. We went for a 2-town center here. Interesting option. The spider eggs do hatch here. There are a singular or two throwing axemen coming out. So he's trying to counter the army of Chemo. But Chemo is just going to be getting further and further ahead right now. As he's just happily mining from this gold mine. He's also probably got a gold mine back here as well. He does. Doesn't know about it, but it's there. And there's Mechanics Heroic Age. Moving forward, he needs to find the spot. What you generally want to do against Atlantean with Loki is not Flaming Weapons their army, but just run straight at their town center, force them to fight there, even invest in PS armor. We see Thea coming through for Chemo very, very quickly here. And that's going to be huge. Meanwhile, huge fight happening up in the top of the map while Gold Line is grabbing this town center. Do we see Horus? We do not see Horus just yet. Lots of resources in the bank. It's going to be coming out. So opting for the 4 town centers instead of an early Mythic Age. A little bit interesting there, but it's going to be totally fine. But Sukos are out for Gold Lion here, so he can push Skadi back with those. There are Stimfallion Birds as well. So we'll see how that goes. Shockwave by Skadi getting used as he has to turn around, deciding to fight. We've got Matrius coming in here, pushing him back. There is a palace up for Skadi as well, but it's looking like Skadi's units are getting trapped here. He needs to retreat out. He does manage to do so. Meanwhile, we've got Joe pushing in onto this town center here, but with only Dryads and Murmillo. I'm not sure this will go down very fast. It's fortified town centers. I wouldn't be surprised to see, we've got Carpenters coming through, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Masons soon. But Hell coming through for mechanics. Lance of Stone and Poseidon Secret for Chemo though, so he can transition into full hero Contarius. He's got heavy Contarius here. It's a little bit of overkill, but we'll see what he's going to do. Transition away from the Murmillo into those Contarius and then just start town center raiding. Meanwhile, this town center looks like it's going down very, very fast. And while that's happening, we've got Matrius targeting this location. He's got Bite of the Shark. These are 10 damage. 10 damage Murmillo doing 0.4 more than the heavy Murmillo of Skadi. And we've got all of these siege towers of Gold Lion pushing in onto this location here. And we still don't see a Mythic Age for Gold Lion. Very surprising, to be honest. See if we can get more value out of those that army instead. He's going to be retreating back. See Hell coming through for mechanics here. Nidhogg comes down onto this location over here. Going to be hitting some of these units. And we do see the Fire Giant targeting down all these units. This does so much damage here, but Chemo's still pushing in. The Nidhogg gets the splash damage done. Look at those units taking so much. It looks like Mechanic's retreating here. Not sure why. Still not sure why he hasn't even attempted to move forward and get a Flaming Weapons play here, because there's no ceasefire. There's no response to it. And now the Murmillo have pretty much all been sniped there by that Nidhogg, just going to town on this. Now I've got all of the heavy Contarius. How many resources does Chemo have? He's throwing up a power, so you're going to be preventing Mechanics from getting this town center with the Gaia Lush. Meanwhile, this town center still under a pressure. We've got one heavy destroyer coming in. All of the infantry, sorry, two heavy destroyers, plus all of the Dryads and all the Murmillo. Looks like this town center will be going down fairly soon. We've got Atlas coming through for Chemo and Shaft Mine for Joe, just trying to get that economy kicked into gear. Meanwhile, looking pretty even for Mechanics. He's still got the Flaming Weapons, so he's still got some options here. We'll see what he wants to do with it. And obviously, Chemo can opt to go for some Contarius raids if he wants to. Going to not run into that Nidhogg, though. Very dangerous unit, to be sure. Meanwhile, the unit's almost taken out this town center. There's the Atlas there for Chemo. See what he wants to use that one on. He's going to have a real difficult time killing this Nidhogg. And Mechanics uses Flaming Weapons here, while the Contaria is going to be running away and be picking off all of these units. Or not, maybe not all of them, but grabs all of them into it at the very least. Some will survive, but a lot do fall. Implode doing a lot of damage, and we do have the Argus out now. And he can snipe Fire Giants with it. He has to micro it though, and he unfortunately does. Fortunately for him, moving towards the Fire Giant there. One hits one of them, coming in, preventing these units from taking this down. We still have 25 seconds of Flaming Weapons from Mechanics. And meanwhile, over here we've got, looks like the units have all been picked off as Gold Lion is defending nicely here, it looks like. And now we've got Skadi coming over, wanting to push forward as well. And Matrius in this moment decides he's too far behind, taps out. DoD takes it with Chemo, and it is a well-played game there by this DoD team. GG, well played, 2-1 in this high-level community team game. If you enjoyed these games, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.